What's up, players? You guys are in for a treat. I gotta preface this with a little bit of information before I get to the good stuff. That will be, I promise, highly entertaining. So, if you are familiar with the drama on my server, that most of it is contained within two multiple video series, Daddy's Children, and the most recent 5-part Fahrenheit Friday. If you're familiar or have watched in the past those two multiple part series on my YouTube, you are you're gonna love this. You can love this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna love this. Now a little bit of more information that I think is important to be aware of. my level of my level of smack talk, which the guys on my server have never experienced. Been playing the game with them for a year and a half, allowed King morons to get away with a lot of shit for a year and a half. Never even given them a taste. Even like they gotta earn that shit. Like my level of smack talk is like the top shelf of the top shelf of the top 1% of the top 1% of the top 1%. So let me explain that. So I played the world's first massively multiplayer online role-playing game, EverQuest, that launched in 1999. 33rd expansion coming out this December. I played that game on its PvP server for 15 years. I played the game in total for like 23 years. That server's general chat is before play nice policies, is before channel moderators, is before, you say something in a game that's racist or sexist or this or that can get you in trouble. None of that exists in that game. That is the most toxic, cruel, smack-talking, degenerate, garbage trash can of a general chat that exists in any game anywhere. No one has any idea. Well, they started to have an idea. So while this was happening, and especially towards the end, not one, not two, but 3 separate accounts started spamming general chat to bury the chat. I had to put them all on block, just linking mass monster locations on the chat to bury it. They don't want anyone reading this chat. Okay, so this guy in their alliance SMF. This is what triggered to me. All right. Time to give him a little taste. No reason to have started that day one a year and a half ago. I was too busy building buildings. I wanted the things to be cordial and kosher. Till that was done. Till I got to the point that I'm just going to be building troops. Okay. It takes a strong person, a good character to do the right thing. The right thing to do is forgive and move on. Stop the verbal assaults and stop attacking small players with weak defenses. The majority of those zeroed have committed no offense against anyone here. Yes, it's a war game, but even in war, there are allies. We as a server should be united to be stronger and allow undeveloped players to develop. For many, this is a refuge from real life. Do the right thing, people. So first I have to explain a few things to this guy. We just entered Bubble or Burn a week ago. Nope. We've been doing that as a server for over a year and a half. That's almost completely over. I'm waiting for their leader, SMF's leader, to get back to me about something shortly. Informing the server of that fact within the next day if I don't hear back from their leader. Evony spends more than 30% of their revenue on false advertising, showing gameplay that doesn't even exist in the game. I originally downloaded a game, play a barrel shooting game, where troops getting weapons, more troop numbers, shooting with guns. A whole lot of players still on the server first came here from false advertisement. Turned out the game was interesting enough to play and stick around. Doesn't matter what this guy says. All the information or advice I could have needed was provided to them for over a year and a half. They didn't take it. All they did was grow for resources. Many of them didn't even fully gear out subsidy generals for decent debuffs. Have less subsidies than me, as more unlocked with your VIP level, but materials come from all monsters. I could have fully Parthian geared my 11 subsidies more than 20 times. I've fed my dragon so much. So this is not the smack talk yet. Many haven't. Many haven't even done that. Okay, here we go. There's so many marshmallows. Explode on hit. Balloons. Windbags. That never took the personal responsibility to learn the ins and outs of the game and get good at it. This is a highly competitive, my favorite thing to say, pay to win, PvP game. Those same players, many players still here for one reason or another, just sticking around, have either completely zero PvP experience, never put themselves out there in SVS, or just a few times, or never participated in battlefields more than once or twice. So many useless players that will never be a benefit to anyone else on the server and never amount to anything in this game. But just wait. When we get to the end, it gets real good. It gets surprisingly good. I hope you haven't tuned out yet. They didn't care enough to develop their accounts so they could compete regardless of their spending level. They didn't care enough to min-max everything they possibly could, which is what you have to do in this game, so they could compete at their appropriate level. They didn't even care enough to do that. Those same people, all of them, will be the same people that don't care enough to ensure they are bubbled at all times and protect their account. Over the, should be coming 1 to 2 months, all of them will get caught, zeroed once and quit, or zeroed repeatedly and quit. These are just facts I'm explaining to this guy. Doesn't matter what he says here. As that occurs, and once we are down to only the players that care enough to compete and protect their accounts to progress, you will be even more likely to have a server merge. All this is in my favor. This process, bubble or burn, will be good for all of the highly active players who are competitive and want to progress and compete in this game at its highest level. As soon as we get rid of all the useless, worthless, fucking people that we don't want to listen anymore, and it's just the highly active, competitive guys, then we can all finally team up and do something with ourselves. Again, my favorite saying recently is, this is a highly competitive, pay to win, PvP game. If you don't like it, too effing bad. Well, what did he say? Over and out, enjoy. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the good part. The server has excelled at building balloons, pumping tires, growing marshmallows, inflating floats, and other clown parade activities. I'm sorry, but if you can't take at least one positive power exchange on defense in your favor before you are zeroed by most players, like if you can't do that, you deserve to get popped. Will eventually get deflated rapidly, or a liability of any Battlefield's team you ever joined or SVS we have ever had. And you all want to follow King Marshmallow, Asmodee 55, the biggest possible liability, this is truth, any of us could have on a Battlefield's team. You want to follow him straight to nowhere fast? Check out these clown parade peripherals. Okay, so I link a battle report. Okay, so what am I hitting with this guy? Ranged attack. So it's the first attack. 3.4, he's 3.8 billion power, zeroed in one attack. Absolute marshmallow. This is from when I burned their entire alliance. Rolling joints. Let's see what this attack was. So it was a range troop attack. So it was the first attack. 2.9 billion loss. Clown parade prop. $2.2 billion loss. This was a range troop attack, so it was the first attack. Animal balloon for kids. Spelled balloon wrong a few times. What's this one? 3.2 billion power loss. Range troop attack. It was the first attack. In-game Michelin Man. Just one more battle report. 0 to 1 hit. There's a bunch of them. Lost it, you know. But look how many troops permanently deleted. Like every single report I just linked were all the reports where people permanently deleted 150 to 200 million troops. Average person of the peanut gallery popped. And then, you know, people started, people started trying to spam the chat. I immediately put them on block. You can see there's 1, 2. Oh, I haven't put this guy on block yet. So an additional person, an additional count, started spamming the chat. That was while I was scrolling through it. While I was reading it, that's why you kept seeing the screen jerking, because even after I started recording this video, an additional count started to bury the chat. They don't want people seeing this shit. Like, this is the first time I've smacked, like, my level of, like, I've been at end game smack talk since, like, 2006. Like, these guys have no idea who the fuck they're dealing with. Like, they just thought I was the biggest spender on the server. They just thought that, like, you know, they've all teamed up against me for over a year so they can just not work with me on anything. So fucking jealous. They have no idea who the fuck they're dealing with. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck through reading that chat until we get to the funny stuff, I hope you got a good laugh out of it. It was definitely worthy of some laughs.